Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make these gorgeous little flowers out of your scrap fabric. There are two versions. We have a folded version and we have a gathered version. They're both made the same way, it's just the way you start off the flower. So what you need 6 circles of scrap fabric and some smaller circles of fabric, like about this big. To make your smaller ones, I just use my EPPs, little circle EPPs that I've got, fold it over the edge, glue it down, and that's what I use. So will you be using those for the centers of the circles? The thread I like to use, I use a Serifal thread, which is very strong. It is best to use a really strong thread. I use it double with a knot in the end. Now, how to make your 2 little petals. To start with, both petals you fold in half. Now for the folded version, you fold that edge into the center, that edge in the center, and then you gather this along that edge the same way that we do it in the gathered version. For the gathered version, we only fold it in half once. Then what we do, we take our needle, we go into the corner, and I always like to go back through my thread so it's strong and secure on. And then what we do is we gather along the edge. Now we're working about an 1/8 to a 1/4 of an inch in from the edge, and then our pleats are around 1/4 to 1/2 an inch apart. So that's how we make our little petal, by just gathering it along that edge. Now we grab our next petal, same thing again. We fold it in half evenly, but make sure you start from the underside so that petal end folds up towards the front, and gather all the way along the edge. And then when you finish up, make sure you end with that edge folded up on there. And keep going with the rest of the petals. Now when you get to the end of your last one, what you'll do, you'll see how they form nicely into a little circle. Flip it over to the back, and what you'll do is just run your thread just along those pleats all the way around again to the beginning. And then come out at anywhere you like in between a pleat. So then what you do is you pull that very tight and pull that all into the middle. Then what you want to do, now I call this the front of the flower because it's where the pleats sit and curve over towards the front edge. Bring your thread through to the front. Make sure it's secure. Grab one of your circles. I think I'll use the red check one on here. Now this is a little bit big for this, but you'll see it actually fits in quite nicely when you pull it in. So what I do is I pick up 2 or 3 pleats and then go back through the edge of the center circle and keep going around, like grab 2 or 3 pleats each time. Now it's not a tiny stitch that I'm doing, and also you can actually, if you get it close up on there, you can actually see that I don't pull it up too tight to start with. So keep going around, making sure that you keep all those raw edges tucked in. Keep going until you get back around to the beginning again, and then pull it quite tight. And that is the front of your flower done. Now this part will pop up. Now take your thread straight through to the back, and you'll do the same thing again, putting a circle on the back. But this time, just go 3/4 of the way around, and then stop, and we're going to put a safety pin in there so we can use it to attach this flower to whatever we like. Extra little stitch there. Then grab one of I use my curved safety pins because I've got lots of them, and just slide that under the circle. Can you see like that under the circle? And then keep stitching around, and so that stitches the safety pin in. Keep going till you get to the other side of the safety pin and then secure your thread off. And you can cut your thread off. And then your little flower is done. Now, isn't that cute? You can make heaps and heaps and heaps of them. Great fun. And you put your little pins in the back and you can attach them to whatever you like. Happy sewing, everybody.